On February 22, 1847, Santa Anna personally marched north to fight General Taylor with 20,000 men. The 4,600 Americans had entrenched at a mountain pass called Buena Vista. The Mexicans suffered desertions on the way north and arrived with 15,000 men in a tired state. Knowing that his numbers were still superior, he demanded the surrender of the U.S. Army, but was refused. Thus, he attacked the next morning. Santa Anna flanked the U.S. positions by sending his cavalry and some infantry up the steep terrain that made up one side of the pass, while a division of infantry attacked frontally along the road leading to Buena Vista. Being superior in numbers, the Mexicans had nearly broken the American lines at several points, but suffered heavily from the American horse artillery. Even though the initial reports of the battle, as well as some propaganda news, credited victory to the Mexicans, instead of attacking the next day, Santa Anna retreated, having heard word of a rebellion and upheaval in Mexico City. Some military historians agree that the U.S. Army probably would have been defeated if the Mexicans had gone through with their final attack. An important detail for the United States to have success in the war against Mexico was to secure its naval presence across Mexico's coasts. The U.S. Navy cleared the way for U.S. troops and supplies, especially to Mexico's main port of Veracruz. Even before hostilities began in the disputed northern region, the U.S. Navy had created a blockade. The U.S. president did not send reinforcements to Taylor's army for a continued advance. Instead, he sent a second army under General Winfield Scott. He transported to the port of Veracruz by sea to begin an invasion of the Mexican heartland. On March 9, 1847, Scott performs the first major amphibious landing in U.S. history in preparation for the siege of Veracruz. The city replied the best it could with its own artillery against the extended barrage, but because of the numerical superior force of the Americans, the Mexicans surrendered. The goal was obviously the capital. Scott marched westward towards Mexico City with almost 9,000 troops on April 2, 1847. Santa Anna had set up a defensive position around the main road about 50 miles northwest of Veracruz at Cerro Gordo. Santa Anna had entrenched with 12,000 troops and artillery that were trained on the road, where he expected Scott to appear and catch him by surprise. However, General Scott had sent 2,600 cavalry troops ahead. They reached the pass on April 12th, and the Mexican artillery fired upon them, revealing their positions. The Battle of Cerro Gordo started. The Americans won the battle and continued their advance, even though the guerrillas harassed the American troops. With his remaining forces, General Winfield Scott advanced on Mexico City. The capital was laid upon by a series of battles around the right flank of the city defenses. After the American victories at the Battle of Contreras and Battle of Churubusco, peace negotiations started, which broke down on September 6, 1847. With the subsequent battles of Molino del Rey and Chapultepec and the storming of the city gates, the capital was occupied. Scott became military governor of occupied Mexico City.